Hi, so we are gonna continue with our teaching lessons about sound, about audio, and about electroacoustic chains. So last time we talked a lot about sound. What is sound? I hope you remember. Sound is a mechanical wave that travels through an elastic medium like air, water, solids, walls, or whatever. Uh, we capture the sound with microphones that they transform that acoustic signal to an audio signal. So we talk about that too, that the audio signal is an electric representation of the sound signal. Yeah, so we can work with the electric representation in electric device like mixers, speakers, processors, or whatever, recorders. So we understand that microphones like this or like this are really important for that because you can capture sound, you transform sound in another uh, signal and you can record that and capture that. So just to refresh some stuff, I want to talk about the microphone here. I just want to mention something. Do you remember about the polar pattern that I told you that there are several polar patterns, but the most common is like the cardioid, like it's a heart shape, inverted heart shape. You have to imagine a balloon that grows like this around the microphone, or like this one that is omnidirectional, like this balloon, a circle. So it doesn't matter where I talk to this microphone, in the back part or whatever, it will capture the sound. A cardioid one doesn't do that because it has this shape. So it is designed to, if I talk in the back part of the microphone, it will not capture the sound. So I just want to mention that if you are using one of these as an engineer, PA engineer, or whatever, if you are a technician, you are helping, you're a roadie, or especially if you are a musician and you're a singer, when you grab the microphone like this, you are doing a huge mistake, okay? Because the design of the microphone, this is the handle. This is doing to handle the microphone, to grab it and everything. And there are some singers that really love to do this. But what are you doing when you grab the microphones like this? You are deforming, you are changing the shape of the polar pattern. So that you can tell exactly what it's doing, but maybe with putting your hands like this, you're deforming the shape so it captures, for example, for here, like really hard the sound for here, or it accentuated one frequency in special or a group of frequencies. So that is really hard, and that is will be grown, and that will be a problem with feedback. That will be pushing you to have problems in one frequency and have really problems with feedback, and it will change the response of the frequencies of the microphone. Like maybe it will sound more like this, or more nasal, like then sound like this, or stuff like really hard. So if you're a singer, please don't do this. You are like uh, and you are actually like not doing nothing good for your voice or for your presentation or whatever. So please tell to your singers the microphone is not handled like this. This is the handle of the microphone. You should grab it like this. Another stuff that I wanted to talk about this is the mic stand. I will just do it really fast now. The mic stand is do it for obviously have the stand, have the microphone there, and don't have to have it in your hand all the time. So for example, if you have seen in recording studios or wherever the condenser microphones, they have like what is called like a shock mount that is like a spider. Some people call it spider. Like you put the microphone there and it has like elastic cables and a big round that is doing for to prevent the hits or the movement on the stand, move the microphone itself. Because if I have this microphone here, put here, and I just hit the stand, that sound will travel through the metal and will move the microphone, and you will hear that. That will be amplified in the speakers. So you have to be careful with the stand, and that's why the condenser microphones that are so much more sensitive, because remember that they don't have a coil touching the membrane. They move really, really quickly and really fast, and with no so much level pressure. So even this can really make that a condenser microphone sounds. That is why they have like their choke mounts, to avoid that, because the elastic avoid that. So, for example, the microphone stand has kind of the same here. They have 3 legs that make kind of a suspension. So if you are putting your stand like with the center bar touching the floor, you are not using the suspension of the 3 legs. So it will be so much easy that just walking in the stage, that will cause or provoke like unwanted sounds, unwanted noises. So when you use the stand, you have to ensure that just the 3 legs are touching the floor. And the other stuff is always that you use microphones with stands or signals or guitar caps or whatever. You have to try that all the cable that is not being used is behind the stand and not on the multibar and not in the stage box, because it's very simple. The stage box will be there forever in the show. That will not move. But maybe your microphone stand will move during the show, like when it is happening. So if you have like just this amount of cable and you have to move, you will be carrying all the cable behind you, and you will be doing a mess. Imagine, let's just have 30 microphones and all the cables just on the side of in the front of the stage box. That is a mess. So you always have like all the cable down under the stand, so you can move this and you can move with all the cable, and you are not making a mess on your back. So that will be like a little bit different maybe now in Wellspring with the new stage, because it's like kind of a permanent installation. It's like you will have your microphones like there forever, but you will still needing like a little bit of cable there, because the main singer can change their position, or the preacher can come and you need to move or whatever. So have that in mind.